All right. Can you start with telling me your name and how you identify?
Yes, my name is Ada Christina, and I'm a trans woman.
Okay, cool. Um, could you tell a bit how the pandemic affected you, especially as a queer person?
um, the pandemic, like, there were two sides. There's the drag side and there's the other side. As the other side, it was a moment of like, no one's gonna see me, so I can experiment with my appearance and how I identify as any way I want. I dyed my hair for the first time. I shaved my brows. I did everything. Like I had 10 hair colors by like 2 months or something, because I never had done it. But now I had the freedom because I didn't have to expect what other people thought. And as the drag side, it was when I was starting to get more performances, and it was kind of a like, oh, now you're getting all these gigs, and they're all getting canceled. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked.
So that was kind of like the situation, but like we made it. We did what we could. Like we made the digital shows. So like even though we were not doing it live, we were maintaining the community as with the digital shows. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that kind of also starts to answer the next question is like how did you manage to keep your community relations with social distancing? So could you tell a bit more about that?
Yeah. Actually, the first digital show was done by House of Hour on Instagram, and I kind of was like watching to see how it would go. And after they did the first show, I did the first show with Conspiracy. That it's my house that used to be just me, but now it's like we're like 4 or 5. And I was just like, we have to do something to keep the scene alive, otherwise drag is just gonna disappear because there was nothing to be done. So like when we saw people in the US doing digital shows on like Twitch and Zoom and stuff, it was like we could do that too. So we were like from 2020, like since the pandemic started, like maybe like June or July or something. Actually no, even like May or something.
Hmm.
Until 20, I think we even had one in 2022. But like they kind of like stopped now. But they went for a while. They didn't make a lot of money because everybody was in a difficult financial situation. But like, just like being able to everybody got together in the chat and talked and interact. It was like a way to keep people close without actually being closed.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Was there something like that you learned about yourself through this?
I mean, as I said, like I didn't have to like be scared of what people would think, so I was able to experiment with like different type of clothing, like hairstyle and stuff. So like I feel like I discovered more of my like feminine side would lead me to come out as a trans woman because I used to identify as non-binary and gender fluid, but with like the time of like experimenting and stuff, at some point I was like, you know what, woman, I'm a trans woman. That's yeah. So it was pretty much like it's feels like it kind of started because of the pandemic, because December 2020 was when I did the call to Transpoly to start the process. It was kind of like when I decided, in a way, because I started lying to Transpoly. I
Oh yeah.
started being non-binary gender fluid, but pretending to be a trans woman because it would be easier. And then I ended up coming out as a trans woman in the middle of the process. So it was an interesting.
Thank you, pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was
Yes.
perfect.